So how do we find the area in an application, right? How do we find the area in an application? So it depends what the application is asking for, right? Here it says find the estimates and multiply the rounded estimates. This is how we find the area in an application. So let's have a word problem here where we have to give an approximation of the size of an estate, right? So estimates and area. All right. So here's the estate. It's a triangle, right? And area equals length times width, right? And what the word problem's asking for is, hey, give us an approximation of how many square units are within this little property, right? So let's write 110 as our width, and as our length we're going to write 54, right? So an approximation, we're going to be rounding, all right? 54 will round down to 50, all right? Let's go ahead, let's evaluate 110 here. 110, well, that'll round down to 100. All right, so then we have our length and our width simply, and we have our estimates. 100 times 50, well, that's going to equal 5,000. 5,000. All right, 5,000 square units. And let's say here we're dealing with centimeters. We're gonna go ahead and let's place centimeters here. So centimeters, right? So that rectangle is 5,000 centimeters square. Approximately, this rectangle occupies 5,000 centimeters square, right? And an application is gonna ask you, hey, round down, round up, to the nearest 10th value, to the nearest 100th value, all right? Let's give you another example here where we're going to round up. So here's our rectangle. Our length is going to be 21, and our width is going to be 42. All right. Let's remind ourselves what the formula of area is. A equals L times W. And here, let's write 21. So 21 would round down to 20. All right, because we're looking for approximations at this moment, estimates, right? 42 rounds down to 40. 40 times 20 will equal 800. There we go. All right, and let's put this in inches here. All right, so 800 inches, perfect, right? So the surface, the region of this rectangle is 800 inch squared units. All right. Notice how we rounded up to make estimates. All right. And that's kind of how we find area in an application. It'll kind of add for additional procedure compared to just straight doing area length times width.